Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I have two replays for you in the tier 5 German premium tank, the captured KV-1. So this is actually a heavy tank and it's a dual nation crew trainer. So in actual fact you can actually train German and Russian crews in this at no expense of switching over crews. So yeah, it won't cost you to switch crews. Now just go through the equipment quickly. I run optics, vert stabs and gun rammer. I've got bomb leader, rapid reload, sixth sense, steady aim, snapshot, situational awareness, trap mechanic, clutch braking and off-road driving on my perks. So a pretty sort of standard heavy tank setup basically. On your equipment, I guess you could actually take out gun rammer for potentially the traction system or the engine equipment. It's like, I can't remember what it's called, but basically increasing your engine power or your the traction system can increase your traction speed and stuff like that, and also you traverse. So basically just improving your mobility is what I'm trying to get at. Now the reason I say you could drop the gun rammer flat is because the reload on this thing is just ridiculous anyway. But with the gun rammer and obviously the reload perk, it makes it even more insane. You can see there, look, we're just shredding. Well, we bounced a few shots, but you can see the reload speed on this tank is just, that is what makes this tank basically. It's just ridiculously quick on the reload. So we're here on Kaunas, the first video, and I think we're top tier in this game. We're top tier, mid tier, one of the two. Now I don't really play tier 5 much, to be fair, and I think the only reason I was playing this was because I was a couple of games or a couple of wins, or top 7 places should I say, shy of the long haul op which I was doing for the week. I always try and get long haul op done where I can, and I think I was close, but I sort of ran out of time on the Tuesday morning, so I guess in some ways I was kind of like just it's like enabling cheat mode, I guess. No, it was just, I wanted to get sort of quick wins basically in sort of top 7 places, without sweating too much. So this, capture KV-1 is just the right tank to do it basically. It's a great tank. If I'm honest, it's, I think it is a little bit busted for tier 5. And you can see why. Like I say, the reload is just so quick. You've got a good bit of armor as well. It's obviously like it's the standard KV-1 basically. So you've got that good Russian armor, particularly at tier 5. You're gonna bounce a hell of a lot. It can get set on fire quite a lot, to be fair. It does suffer with that. But overall it's a pretty solid tank, to be fair. Like I say, top tier, it does really well. Even bottom tier, it doesn't do too bad, and we'll see that in the second replay. But here on Kaunas anyway, the scores are pretty level. We're both 10 apiece. I've done just under 700 damage, and I sort of initially dealt with sort of the tank, or I've shot all I could see. I'm trying to get rid of this light tank here and just pepper some shots in. You do have to give the aim time, you have to give the aiming a little bit of time to sort of scope in, I guess, because to say the problem you have is obviously that quick reload, it doesn't give you much time in between to sort of settle the aim time. So your accuracy can be a bit trolled at times, but you don't really notice because, like I say, the reload is that quick. You just just bang bang bang, you're just getting the shots in. If one misses, it's not the end of the world because you're literally waiting a second or just over a second before you're getting your next shot in. So it's like it's like death by 1,000 cuts, basically, is the best way to describe this. You know, it's just the alpha's small, but the reload is just like, yeah, 1.6 seconds. You're just going to get those shots in quite easily. Although I say if you wanted to, you could drop the gun rammer and put sort of a mobility perk, but in all fairness, the mobility isn't actually that bad. I've never sort of felt that it's been out the fight for too long. So yeah, particularly when you're top tier as well, you can sort of get get into those brawling spots really, and sort of slog it out. It you know, it does lend itself to that approach. Like I say, top tier. Yeah, mid tier, bottom tier. Obviously, you have to sort of play a bit more of a support role. I guess as well, sort of when you're sort of playing bottom tier, you have the ability to perma-track tanks. Yeah, that 1.2 reload, you can perma-track something in place and just let the the higher tiers shred, and you'll, like I say, you'll sort of reap the rewards in track assist. So we've come to the base here because we can see this Crusader was capping. Look, you can just see I'm just angling up and I'm just sort of baiting shots, bouncing. I've got no problem penning this guy, just getting shots in, trying to see if I could shut him down, but he's sort of realised he's not going to win this battle, so he's moved out now. I'm now turning my attention behind me. I can see this Su-100, which is a tier 6 Russian tank destroyer, which is quite dangerous. We set him on fire there, and you can just see I'm just absolutely rattling away his hit points, and that's just put us under 2,000 damage. And yeah, we've got rid of a dangerous tank there. There's only 3 tanks left. There's only 4 of us though, so we can't take this game for granted. I know that sort of this Crusader's making his way, and I'm kind of thinking, RJ what is now going to sort of try and get the back of me. And yeah, that's kind of what I think he was trying to do here, was trying to sneak up behind me. Although he got lit by our friendly tank destroyer, he's just come yelling in now. He's just sort of going for it. Get a shot in, set him on fire, and get the first kill of the game. We know where the tank destroyer is, and artillery is going to be, well, we thought he was going to be sort of hovering around the base, but he's decided to sort of come out in the middle. Quickly gets shot down by our friendly plague bringer, which just leads us to this tier 5 enemy tank destroyer that's left. Gonna try and make a way over to see if we can get any more damage out of this game. It's probably going to be unlikely, but you never know, you might be able to get some shots in. So judging by the way he's going, it looks like he's going to try and go straight for our artillery. Yeah, he's sort of come straight in our gun line, and there we go. We track him in place, which is great. Keep him in position, and we can just absolutely farm. And luckily, the plague bringer takes him out. You see what we've done there? We sort of trapped him in place, and then we just aimed straight for the trap wheel, just to keep him perma-trapped. So that brings an end to the first video. And you can see we come top of the board there. We got 2.3k damage with 668 assistance. Only the first class badge. But yeah, just sort of a nice little warm-up game to move on to the second replay. So here we go. Second replay, we're on Catherine here. We're actually bottom tier on this game, so this will be sort of quite interesting to see how this pans out. I wouldn't say this was the best map for a heavy tank, to be fair, especially these spawns, but yeah, it is what it is. We just sort of got to try and make the best of what we can with the maps that we're given. So yeah, I think here I was gonna sort of make my way to the middle, down the valley. It's usually where heavy tanks sort of congregate. And yeah, I'm just gonna sort of see how this pans out basically. And you can see my ammo set up there. I've sort of split 50-50. I've also got 30 HE rounds because why not? The fact this tank sort of has that amount of ammo, it's, you can just sort of you can sparingly go for a huge amount of whatever really. And I would advise that, to be fair. It's not a bad shout to sort of have, on any tank, if you've got a large ammo count, you can, I would always say stock up on a bit more HE, because you never know, you get in sort of those situations where you're fighting a whole down tank, can't quite penetrate it with your standard or your premium, so sometimes you're just better off just sort of HE splashing, just to sort of pick up bits of damage. Obviously, your alternative, your better choice is to sort of try and dodge out and get at another angle or focus on something else, because you're not really sort of hitting your sort of damage per minute if you're just sort of firing HE at sort of heavily armored tanks. But it's also good for sort of lightly armored tanks as well, your artillery and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why we carry sort of quite a large amount, particularly in this tank. We can afford to, so it's not a problem. So we've got some shots off already. We sort of put a shot into the light tank, and then we sort of put a shot into a medium tank that was just sort of poking a bit too high. We knew we were going to get some shots into the turret. Obviously, I've gone straight to the premium rounds, because if I come up against any tier 7s, I don't have to worry. I can just go straight through them. You can see the side of this Panther here. I've already got some shots in. I was hoping to sort of track him in place, but either repaired it quickly or it just didn't quite hit the sprocket to get him tracked in place. He gets out, but it's not a problem. We're just sort of going to keep our eye here and see if we can sort of, just see if anything sort of comes into our gun area, basically, that we can start getting shots on. Now we see this T-29 that's just come wandering through the middle. We're trying to pen the rear end of him, but the angles just sort of meant it just sort of auto ricocheted off his backside, which is, it's kind of a norm thing, really, to be fair. We got targeted there. I was just trying to see if it was that tank destroyer that was going to sort of get a shot into us, but luckily he wasn't in position to do so. Got his KV-1 with us, that's a one shot. Now this T-29 has focuses front to us, which is not great. However, we get a shot in there, and we manage to damage his Armour, and bang, there we go. That's what we like to see. Tier 5 carrying the game by getting Armour. Yeah, that was pretty lucky there. To be fair, there wasn't really much else I could do. I was kind of forced to do or die, basically, because I couldn't really back up. I don't have the speed to sort of back up and get out, so it's kind of, just slog and hope for the best. That kind of worked out well. So yeah, I did get incredibly lucky with that, to be able to sort of hit the ammo rack and then manage to fully ammo rack him. Yeah, I'll take that luck any day long. Now I'm getting a bit ballsy here, and I'm sort of thinking, do you know what, I'm going to push up to this ridge. I'm going to try and see if I can spot any tanks at the back here. We know artillery isn't far away. I was possibly going to try and see if I could get some shots into this, I think it's T-78. Yeah, so this tank destroyer I've got a few shots into. I was possibly going to try and see if we could finish him off, but artillery is now focusing us, so I've got to be careful. Yeah, I don't want to get punished by that artillery. Our artillery takes out the enemy T-78, and we pick up the little bit of assistance on that, which is good. We're just over 1800 damage now with 2 kills, and like I say, now it's, there's 6 enemy tanks left. There's only 7 of us, so again we need to kind of be careful. And I'm just sort of, I'm not getting too aggressive here. I'm just kind of, I guess, playing the light tank in a weird kind of way. Getting some shots into Stirrer Mill here. We're just using this rock as cover. The Stirrer Mill completely misses his shot. Somehow we're sort of bouncing his gun mantlet there, which is fair enough. I guess it's the most armoured part of that tank. Probably should have aimed a bit better. But at this point I'm just sort of trying to just hide and just make myself as small as possible. Just waiting for Stirrer Mill. I took a blind fire there and it kind of paid off, which is great. Still trying to get shots in there. And he gets hit by artillery. He's now one shot, so it's just a case of just waiting and see. However, this tier 5 tank destroyer, Italian tank destroyer, is now sort of getting a bit bold, and yeah, now we're kind of a bit of a dodgy situation, so we're kind of fighting two tanks on at different angles. But I was hiding behind this rock. We knew the stern mill got took out, so now we can just sort of push in on this this Italian tank destroyer. We can now see artillery as well. Couldn't quite get the gun down. Yeah, KV-1 just capture KV-1. Like I say, same as a KV-1, has terrible gun depression, so yeah, you can't rely on that really. The tank destroyer was focused on something else on tank destroyer, so we were able to just get in and get shots away on him. We've loaded up the HE now, and we're going to try and go in for this artillery piece here. We've got buildings in the way though, which is kind of annoying. Not going to be able to get any shots off on artillery before in the HE, but literally should have just stuck to the normal ammo. I don't really know why I bothered with that, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you got took out. There's only one tank left. We're going to make a way, try and see if we can pick up this kill or get any bit of damage out. But to be fair, it's kind of looking like a gone result basically. And there we go. T-34 takes out the last remaining tank, and yeah, that brings an end to the replay. So again, we come top of the board there with 3,000 damage, which is quite nice. 3 kills, 435 assists, pick up the ace tanker there, the high caliber medal, and yeah, that really helped with that T29 blowing up at Samurat. So yeah, that's the capture KV-1. It's a brilliant tank, to be fair, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I do think it is quite overpowered for tier 5 personally. And yeah, I don't know, man. It's just I find it. I do find it a little bit overpowered, and I think for new players coming into the game, when they sort of get to tier 5, coming up against that, it feels a bit scummy, if I'm honest. Hence why I don't play the tank that often. Like I say, it's just for sort of picking up the quick wins where I can for long hauls. So, but yeah, when it comes on sale, if it ever does, I would definitely recommend getting it. It is a hell of a lot of fun, particularly for new players. It will sort of it'll be quite decent for new players to sort of get used to heavy tanks and without sort of suffering the tech tree variants that aren't as good basically. Anyway, guys, that's it for the video. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time.